Morning, folks. Sorry for the dead air. I'm sorting out Facebook. Anyway, good morning, everyone. In the truck, Davy out the truck and at home in his office in Salisbury, North Lanarkshire, where it is a beautiful, queer morning, chilly at 4 degrees. Hello, Norway. Anyway, that's the weather forecast for Salisbury, North Lanarkshire. You want to know what the weather's like where you are? Look at your own bloody windy. Anyway, what brings Davy to your screens this morning? Anger. The UK and US strike Yemen. And yesterday, on the BBC, we have Sir Comrade Keir Starmer give his full approval. Now, our unelected Prime Minister, Fishy Sunak, the con man, our unelected Foreign Secretary, have decided to take military action against the Houthis in Yemen without prior going to Parliament. Well, technically they don't have to, but it would have been polite. But the thing I'm angry about is this shows Sir Comrade Starmer, the Keir Starmer, up to be a shameful liar again. Now, why does Davy say that? Because Davy pays close attention to these things. And in 2020, Starmer's pledge number 4. Well, let me put it up. All right, let me put up Starmer's pledge number 4. Shall we? Now, what's interesting is these pledges have now been taken down from the Labour website. But let me remind people here what the liar told the Labour Party in 2020 in order to steal the leadership of the Labour Party from the people of the Labour Party. Because let's face it, Starmer's a state placeman. But let's have a wee look and see what Mr. Starmer had to say, shall we, in 2020 about this illegal war that's just been started by the Americans and the UK against Yemen. Now, I'm not going to be able to make this much bigger for you folks, I'm afraid, but we'll have a wee try. Let's see if we can increase the size of this. And then we'll scroll down till we get to pledge number 4. And then I'll read it to you. Now, what pledge 4 says is promote peace and human rights. And Starmer's pledge to the Labour Party and the people of the UK: no more illegal wars, introduce a Prevention of Military Intervention Act and put human rights at the heart of foreign policy. He also states that he would review all UK arms sales and make the UK a force for international peace and justice. Think about that. And there he was yesterday on the telly telling us that he thoroughly approves of this illegal action being taken by the UK and the US. And just because the Houthis are trying to stop goods getting to Israel, who are besieging Gaza, the UK and the US think they need to intervene. No, they don't. Because international shipping companies like Lloyd Harpen, they're going ruin. Why are they going ruin? Because their insurance doesn't cover them. I can tell you exactly what these military strikes against the Houthis was about. The very day it happened, that very evening, These strikes took place as a dead cat on the table because of South Africa taking Israel to the International Court of Justice. South Africa had just put forward a Stonewall case that said Israel was guilty of genocide and ethnic cleansing in Gaza. And to throw a dead cat on the table and to distract the UK and the US public, the UK and the US who are complicit in the genocide in Gaza, started a wee war with the Houthis. A war they're not going to win. A war that could escalate the whole situation in the Middle East. But that's not what brings me here. Apart from an unelected Prime Minister and an unelected Foreign Secretary unilaterally taking the decision to take the UK into an armed conflict, we have a man who purports to be a human rights lawyer and who promised no more illegal wars. These are his pledges. No more illegal wars. And introduce a Prevention of Military Intervention Act and put human rights at the heart of foreign policy. Now, when he was talking about these pledges in 2020, I know a lot of people won't understand this, but he put down 3 provisos that would need to be put in place under this act, this No More Illegal Intervention Act, or Military Intervention Act. And his provisos were, it had to be judged to be legal by the international community. It had to be approved by MPs. And it had to be either to protect others or to protect us. What he's supporting right now has got nothing to do with it. Nothing to do with any of the pledges and nothing to do with the promises he made to the people of the Labour Party and the wider public. This man's a dangerous liar. And if anybody thinks it's a good idea to put this dangerous liar in power, they're after chump. By the way, don't bother going looking to the Labour website for Keir Starmer's 2020 pledges. He's taken them down. They're still out there to be found. I've got a PDF file with them on it. They're still out there to be found. But every time you think you're going to think about voting Labour, I suggest that you go and look at these 10 pledges that have all been binned. Every single one of them. Economic justice, social justice, climate justice, promoting peace and human rights, common ownership, defend migrant rights, strengthen workers' rights, radical devolution of powers, wealth and opportunity, equality, effective opposition to the Tories. Every single one of these pledges, this liar has scrapped. The liar has scrapped. And this has to be called out because the complicit, billionaire, right-wing press are not calling it out. And because of that, we have got an unelected Prime Minister, we've got an unelected Foreign Secretary, and we've got a bampot liar, nutter, and dangerous, blood-stained genocide facilitating WASP waiting on the wings to come in. When you're talking to your friends and neighbours, folks, make sure that they're aware that Starmer is dangerous. He's dangerous. He's a liar, and he is not fit for public office. Anyway, that's the Davy rant for the day. No doubt I'll have met to saying this in the 2 Davies on Monday, but this had to be called out. This man who is approving of illegal strikes in Yemen is a man that promised that the UK wouldn't intervene without it being illegal. And this needs called out. Along with all his other broken pledges need called out. But this one, at this point in time, where the UK and the US have started an illegal action against the Houthis, even though they're doing something wrong. Two rights don't make a wrong. They started an illegal war, and Starmer proves it. They say it's a dead cat on the table. It was to divert the people of the UK and the people of the US from the International Court of Justice's first day of evidence presented by South Africa in South Africa's case against Israel for the crime of ethnic cleansing and genocide. Anyway, that's it for the moment. I'm going to get my bits on the dragon once they go and get her hair done. Call this git out, call him out loudly. Make sure your friends and your neighbours know what Starmer is. A dangerous liar. Have a nice day.